Welcome to Level Up, where you get the score on video games. I feel like talking about a special breed of games today, peripheral gun games. Nowadays you mostly see them in arcades or on the Wii, since first-person shooters are more popular, though technically this is shooting in the first person. A while back it seemed every system needed one, but now this quote-unquote gimmicks time has passed. Guitar Hero proves though that peripheral games will never die. So let's take a look at some of these games that put the gun in your hand, with Hogans for the Nintendo Entertainment System and Virtua Cop for the Sega Saturn. Hogans uses the iconic zapper gun, which most people would remember from playing Duck Hunt with. The way it worked was pretty cool. When the trigger is pulled, it gives a command that changes the current screen to black and white ones. You probably noticed a flash when you shoot. White squares will replace the objects you can shoot, one on each frame for each target. The white light should be received by the zapper gun if you are aiming properly, giving a signal to the game. There are issues though. This doesn't work on an LCD or plasma TV. At certain distance, it sometimes stops working, and if you aim at a light bulb, it can mess things up, probably in your favor. The game was pretty much a shooting range for the NES. In the main mode, 3 cardboard cutouts would appear and you would quickly have to assess which ones to shoot before time runs out. There is another mode where tin cans come on screen and you have to shoot them to the other side for points. And that's pretty much it though, and I can't see much fun in it, outside getting together with your friends and seeing who has the best draw. Though for such a simplistic game, its legacy lives on. It has been referenced in WarioWare and part of Wii Play. I guess there's something about it that people just enjoy. Virtua Cop, on the other hand, is a different story. I found it fun on my own and had a point to it, but seems to have been forgotten despite having 2 sequels. The big problem here would have to be the system it was on, the Sega Saturn, not counting the arcade versions in this review though. To talk about how the gun worked, when I pulled the trigger I did notice a flash of white, but then I saw on the name input screen that it knew where I was pointing without having to pull the trigger. I can only assume, since I can't find how it really works, that it took the technology of the zapper and improved it. It actually feels a lot more accurate. I can normally always get my shots, while in Hogans I sometimes miss for no reason. But what I really like about this game is that you don't need the gun to play it. You could play Virtua Cop with just the regular controller, unlike Hogans and other such games. However, moving your cursor around to shoot can sometimes just not be done quickly enough, and I strongly recommend getting the gun. It helped my game. To explain the story as Fairly Odd Parents would put it, you are a
loose cannon cop who doesn't play by the rules.
You go around shooting bad guys who will shoot at you if given the chance, the green circle around them turning red, and you eventually get to their boss. You'll move rail shooter style through 3 locations depending on your difficulty: the docks, a quarry, and a business tower. All very typical action cop movie locations. I guess that's why I like this game. It has a die-hard feel to it, and taking out 6 bad guys with 6 bullets makes me feel like I could be John McCain.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Well, I hope you like this look at 2 peripheral gun games. They seem to have disappeared outside of the arcade, seemingly sometime during the last generation of gaming. The Wii seems to keep this notion alive, but it's diluted to say the least. Both games have good graphics for the system they're on, but I really dig Virtua Cop's music, and it feels more like a game than a toy. I give Hogans for the NES 6, and Virtua Cop for the Sega Saturn 8 levels out of 10. I'm Leo Melanson, and now you know the score.